Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. So today I have another review for you. I am going to be reviewing both of the NARS Narsissist Wanted Cheek palettes. I picked up both volumes so I could tell you about both. So first and foremost, let's start off with the major details of these palettes. They are $59. You can get them right now on Ulta.com as well as the NARS website. You cannot get them at Sephora. These will be available in stores at Ulta March 18th, so in a few days, and they are limited edition, which NARS usually sticks pretty true to that, so if you want them, I would suggest picking them up. So these are cheek palettes that contain 6 shades in them, all with different finishes such as matte, satin, and shimmer. Let's talk about the packaging of these guys. They both have these lips on them and they say NARS. Volume 1 has the lighter packaging and Volume 2 has the darker packaging. The packaging feels very sturdy, so that's good. It's NARS. Their packaging is usually pretty sturdy. So this first one I'm showing you here is Volume 1 of the Wanted palette. As you can see, these shades are lighter, making this one much more suitable for light to medium skin tones. The next palette I'm showing you here is Volume 2, which clearly is more suitable for more medium to dark skin tones. So really quickly, I want to go over the individual swatches and colors in each of the palettes. So we're going to start off with Volume 1 here. So this first color is called Unlimited. It's a shimmering pale pink, and this is what I used as my highlighter today, so it is the highlighter in this palette. Next we have Buzzed, which is a matte coral. Notorious is the next shade, and I have to say, of the 12 shades that I have, this one is the most chalky to swatch and the most powdery to apply as well. That being said, it's still applied really well to the skin. You just have to tap your brush off because it is noticeably more powdery than the other shades. Kingpin is the next one. This is one of my favorites. It's one of the most neutral and wearable shades of the collection, and I really like it. Bumpy Ride is a shimmering candy pink. This is the only non-limited edition color, so you can buy this individually, and it's beautiful. I love shimmery blushes. They're kind of my favorite finish. The last shade, which is the brightest, is called Crave. It is a matte bright coral, and that it is. Beware of this color. It is very pigmented, so you definitely want to tap off your brush and use a light hand. Alright, so let's take a look into Volume 2. Again, the first color is the highlighter color. This is PYT, which is described as a metallic rose. This does not work as a highlighter on my skin tone, but I used it on my lid earlier today. It's not what I'm wearing now, but I used it on my lid earlier today, and it was beautiful. Ambition is a satin tangerine, and this is the color that I wore on my cheek earlier today as well. Again, very beautiful. It comes off a little more pinky than I thought, but it still is really nice. Taos is the next color. It is a soft red with golden sheen. This I think is going to look amazing on medium skin tones. It kind of reminds me of Orgasm in that it has that golden shift to it, just with a different base color, but it is stunning. I love this blush, and like I said, on medium skin tones, it's going to look absolutely amazing. Exposed is probably the most light skin tone friendly color in this palette. It's a really great matte dusty rose color. It's very neutral and goes with a lot of different looks. Penthouse is a matte raspberry, super bright. This color is very pigmented. Use a light hand, but on deeper skin tones, this is definitely going to pop on your skin. And finally, the last color we have is Queen, which is a matte ruby. Again, definitely going to pop on deeper skin tones. Really like it. Really pigmented, super blendable. Just use a light hand. So overall, the formula on these blushes are really good, with the exception of the one lavender color that is a little chalky, but like I said, when you apply it to the cheek, you don't even notice. It's really nice. Just tap your brush off. They are all super blendable. They are a little bit more on the pigmented side, but they're not too pigmented to the point where you can't work with it, because they are blendable. So they are blendable, they have color to them, and they apply very evenly on the cheek, which are great aspects of a blush. They aren't too sheer to where they don't show up, but they aren't the most pigmented, which is really good because you don't want too much color on your skin. And if you do get too much color, you can just blend it out because it is that good of quality. The highlighters, I personally am not a huge fan of. I found them not to be as bright as I would normally like them to be. They are, however, buildable, so that's good. I don't find that they last the longest. The blushes lasted fine on my cheek, but I did find the highlighter to kind of fade fade a little bit more than the blushes. But overall, the highlighter is okay. I'm not wowed by it, but it's in the palette and I'm going to use it if I'm grabbing for those blushes as well, which the blushes are really nice. I don't feel like there are two colors that are too similar in either palette. I think each color has its own place being in the palette, which is something that I really look for in palettes. Yeah, and overall the quality is really good. I like the mix of different finishes and they do what they're supposed to do, so they're good blushes. So really quickly, I want to take you into the look I did today so you can see what I used and all that. So I used mainly volume 1 on my actual face. So I started off with the shade Buzzed and I used that kind of as my contour. That's what they did on the video, so I kind of wanted to emulate that. A little more peachy than I would like for a contour, but I mean it worked. It did add a little bit of definition to my face, but not the normal contouring color I would reach for, but you can use it for that. I actually mixed all 3 of the bottom colors and put them on my cheek. That Crave color definitely made it very pigmented, so I did look like a little bit of a clown, but I actually don't really mind that look because I love blush so much. But mixing the 3 all together, I thought added both a really pretty finish from the one sheen color and then also subdued Crave because the first color, Kingpen, is so neutral. So I thought they balanced each other out very well. And finally, as my highlight, I used Unlimited, and as you can see, it turned out a little brighter than I thought it was going to, but it still isn't my favorite highlight. I then reached into volume 2, and I decided to use that for my eyes so I can really play with the colors and the formula. So I started off with the shade Exposed, and I used that as my transition color. The next color I went into to add a little bit of definition was Queen, and as you can see, this really brightened up my look and made it very pink, but in the best way possible. It is a blush palette after all. I went in with the shade Taos, and I used that in the center of my lid to add a little bit of a sheen. Again, pretty sheer, but it's a blush, so that's okay. It's not supposed to be an eyeshadow. The next color I went into was Ambition, and I used that in the inner quarter of my lid. I was pretty underwhelmed with this as a lid color, I'm not gonna lie, but this isn't a color I would want to be super pigmented on my cheeks, so I'm not going to complain. I then went in with Penthouse, which is this matte raspberry color, and I used that to define my lower lash line. Finally, I went in with PYT, and I used that to highlight my inner corner and brow bone. This would definitely be a lot more flattering of somebody with a deeper skin tone than myself, but it still got the job done. And then I went off camera and I finished the rest of my look. But yeah, I think I created like a really pretty pink look using both of these palettes, which is very exciting. So to round off my thoughts, I have to say I thoroughly enjoy these palettes and I totally recommend them. I don't think you need both. I think it just makes more sense to buy the one that suits your skin tone better. But that being said, if you want both, go ahead and get both because there are shades that flatter deeper skin tones in volume 1 and there are shades that do flatter lighter skin tones in volume 2. But not every shade is going to flatter you if you get both. Like, that's just a fact. You can do what I did and use the colors that don't work on your face and use them on your eyes. It worked beautifully, but like I said, I don't feel as if you need both. They are, however, beautiful palettes, and I love what NARS did with them. The formula is really great, and this is going to give you a lot of options if you travel and you just throw this in your bag. You're going to have a lot of different blush options. So quality is good, color choice is good, and they have options for every skin tone, which I think is really great. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I really enjoyed making it for you guys, so remember to comment any questions or concerns you may have and to thumbs up this video and of course subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 500. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Bye.